all my Muslim listeners, watchers, and readers for your kind attention and patience. I wish you well as you strive to become the light in the world that your faith truly demands. Let's see if we can unite as people of the book and negotiate our way toward the paradise that we might truly and jointly attain.
Dude, what do you think of this? Are you Muslim, actually?
Yeah, I am. I'm actually Arab. I was born in Kuwait. Yeah, right after the Kuwait-Iraq war.
So you would have some. I feel like you're gonna have some interesting stuff to say about this. Tell us, what do you think? What's your thoughts?
I think like he definitely appeals to conservatives globally. It's not like about being Muslim or Christian or Jewish or anything. You know what I'm saying? Conservative values, I think, kind of transcend religion, because like all religions kind of stem from the same place, especially like, the bigger ones. You know,
100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. We're actually not even fighting with each other. Our conservatives are fighting with your conservative, even with India, Pakistan, with everything. It's like, it's never one country against another. It's always the conservatives, the military people. There's people that want to fight, and then everyone else is like, what the fuck are you doing? I think that's true for Israel too.
Absolutely. Like there's like Muslims in like New York and Chicago and all these places that live like nothing like people in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? It's just because like it's all practiced differently, and like how the government kind of like plays a role into that too. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see Saudi Arabia right now, they're like shifting their brand of like Islam, you know?
They're backed by the U.S. government to be more Wahhabist, right?
They used to be, but now like Mohammed bin Salman, he's like trying to like change it up. You know what I'm saying? He's like switching it up, making it more like liberal. He's like throwing these like huge
sex parties.
Festivals. Yeah,
dude,
all this
the numbers on his sex party. So this motherfucker rents out an island. He rents out the island. I think it was like 50 guys. But then 400 women were hired to just be there for the weekend, for the day or for the weekend. That's a party, dude. You know hired basically 400 sex workers.
Have you heard about him locking up his cousins and taking all their money? And
yeah. No, that guy rips. Stuff? He's a dictator. Yeah. He's a legit dictator.
He's insane, bro. Like, and that's like the problem with the Middle East as a whole. It's like we're run by like these dictatorship monarchies. They've been in place for like hundreds of years.
Not just even because the Americans put them in charge in 1940 something. Dude, that was a World War II oil deal. Like that, you could see. I think whatever the president was, he's on a ship with this Arab sheikh, and he's like, "Hey, man, we'll give you the weapons to just control everything. You give us the oil at this price," and that's basically been the deal. And it's something that, Jordan Peterson is not going to mention that in his stupid. Absolutely. Hey, you know what the problem is? Write a letter.
It's like when they killed the Khashoggi, the journalist for the what was it called?
Is that how it's pronounced? Khashoggi.
Yeah.
Everyone's calling him Khashoggi.
No, it's Khashoggi, bro.
Khashoggi. That's great. Thanks, man. The culture needed
that. No worries, man.
The culture needed that correction. Everyone's calling him Khashoggi. What the fuck?
So like when he got murked in Turkey, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Trump
was like
up, but like put him, like they chopped him up and just sent him out in the drainage, I guess.
Yeah, and he's like an American citizen too, right? Am I right about that? I think he's an American citizen.
He is an American citizen. He definitely was working for the New York Times, but I think he was an American citizen. And like, this is why Biden's such a puss, dude. Biden's not like, they're all, I guess, but then he's such a hard ass, that guy, that Mohammed bin Salman. Biden said, "I don't want to talk to you because you did this." And then he's like, "Okay, well, there goes your fucking oil. There goes your oil." Like, apparently the oil prices are up because this guy is such a psycho that he's like, "Fuck you guys. I'm raising the he just raised the oil prices."
Because like Russia stopped exporting to the West after like what happened with Ukraine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like they now gotta turn to like the Middle East, and like who's the biggest exporter, a bigger exporter than Saudi Arabia, and they need their oil.
Yeah, they need the oil, and like that, and that's always been the deal that they made with them. Look at this guy. I love that he just wears the old Gattara. The Gattara is a great. It is so G. There's such G's that like, see, this is what you got to do. You almost got to make sure that like they're. Like, I hate to say it, but it's like you got to get people wearing suits. Like, this is so defiant, but I guess it's like a turban.
Yeah, basically, it's like the Arabic suit. Like that's what they wear for like centuries.
And you also need this in the heat. When I was there, man, it was sexy, dude. They were so rich, and you could see it. And they were like, "You guys have nothing. You have nothing. Canada." They don't care. One girl, I was walking to a bus station there, and there's a Canadian girl who was like ahead of me a little bit. This guy pulled up and he goes, "Hey, blonde," in like a goldish Mercedes. Like it was a white Mercedes with like gold stuff on it, plated and whatever. It was, "Hey, blonde, I get your condo." I swear to God, he goes, "I get your condo." And the girl goes, no, thank you. I rented a place. And he goes, renta? No, you are blonde. Sit in my car. I get your condo. I think he was offering to buy her a condo. And then she was like, no. And the guy's like, fucking prostitute, fuck you. And he just like skidded off. I swear to God. Dude,
it's probably like a prince, because like they're usually like they have the worst mannerism because they don't give a fuck even in their countries. They treat everybody like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They could behead someone, I think. Like, that's not even me being right. Like, I think they're allowed to. And I was talking to a comic actually in Toronto. He lived in Saudi Arabia until he was like 5 or something. He said that when he was like 4 or 5 years old, he saw a guy get his head chopped off in the street.
Shit.
That's brutal,
man.
Yeah, it's
like
brutal.
When I lived in Kuwait, like I've seen like a lot of fucking fucked up shit. The top class, you know, they would do shit and they would get away with it because like everything is corrupt, everything is under their control. So
yeah,
who can you turn to at that point? You know what I'm saying?
No, you're screwed, man. You are under the thumb of a dictatorship that's backed by the Americans. But all of it could be changed if you would just write a letter. Why don't you write a letter, Chainsaw? Reach out to a Sunni on the other side. Reach out to a Persian. Are they? Is it like the Persians are the Sunnis and you guys are Shia? Like, what's the divide there?
To be honest, like in Kuwait, like where I lived, people coexist. There's like Shia and Sunni. Like it's not like each. You know what I'm saying? People are just like living together because there was a central hub between like Iraq, Iran, and like Saudi Arabia. All these people came to that place and made it into a country. So they all coexist in that spot. You know what I'm saying? It's a very small country. It has like 2 million people or something like that.
Yeah, man. And I do think that like it's so much more caused by the Americans than anyone's willing to admit. And when he puts up a video like this, it's just like ignores all this history and politics and like how much the Americans fucked with them. Have you ever seen the Curtis LeMay doc? Do you know Curtis LeMay? Oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to find it right now, but oh my God, incredible footage. Curtis LeMay documentary. He has an incredible documentary, and it was like, no, I think I got the wrong guy. Incredible. This guy just does these incredible documentaries. Adam Curtis, actually, his name's Adam Curtis, and he does these incredible documentaries, and he has old footage in the Middle East, and he has these people from the British Empire, and they had these Persian guys running Baghdad, and they were like modern and smart and whatever. In the clip, they have these guys who are like just these educated Persian guys, and then they go, no, we're gonna back the guys in the desert because they were religious. So like the British Empire just made a choice to back the more like the religious fundamentalists because they were like, they'll be easier to control, we'll be able to like, they'll have the values that we need or something. Like I think it was like so far back, like in the 20s or 30s, it was at a time where they were kind of like they still were thinking religiously. So
I think I saw another documentary called Bitter Lake by Adam Curtis.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's
same
right?
documentarian. Yeah, it's not. I haven't seen I've seen Bitter Lake. I don't remember which one it's about. But this last one that he came out with has a bunch of footage from like the Middle East, and it is just these like they just had the biggest like hick looking guys. Like they had these smart like these Persian guys in suits were basically like having coffee, and they're like, yes, we can run this country. Like they look like so legit. And then they just go to these guys in like the huts, hard asses, like kind of like how you go to like kind of like Afghanistan right now. You know what I mean? Like they went to those guys and like, you guys should run the country. And then they just gave them weapons and said, kick out those guys. It's your country now. And I'm pretty sure that's the same fight that's been going on there.
I absolutely believe that, man. Like,
yeah.
You know, and I feel like it's in their like kind of interest to like other us and not understand much about us. Like, what do the Western like regular person know about Arabia, or like how like other than they're Muslim and they got oil? Like, what do they really know about like their struggles or anything?
Yeah, they don't know. I mean, I guess we're living. You could say though we're living in the like it never ends. We're living in this like American empire. I feel like, and the fighting never ends. It's just a continuation of the Crusades. So on some level, it's almost like they're still fighting the Crusades. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still just continuing those traumas, even if they're not consciously thinking about it. It's the same kind of like the same issues are just kind of playing out there. Right,
absolutely. And I feel like it's like in the interest of these like big oil corporations to keep the same people in power, just in case it's like someone else comes in that have like a better head on their shoulder and they decide not to deal with them anymore. Then they will lose all the oil in Arabia. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yo, I think this is it.
Deluded confidence going to have very strange consequences.
This guy's amazing, man. I love his documentaries.
Yeah, I do too, man.
This is Iraq.
After the First World War, a group of upper-class English men and women were sent to Baghdad to create a new country.
Fucking found the clip.
Of what had been the Ottoman Empire was Gertrude Bell. She was the daughter of a baronet and had been a famous explorer. Almost immediately, hundreds of thousands of Arabs rose up, demanding independence. The British had been financially broken by the... So they invented a new and cheap...
Fuck the soundtrack, eh? I gotta cut up the sound every couple of seconds or else we're gonna get maybe demonetized, but god damn, he makes good documentaries, dude. He's incredible.
They used aircraft to bomb the rebels. They called it aerial policing, took back control, set about creating the new country. Because there was no group, could also not afford to survey the country. Instead, with no information, Bell and the others simply projected onto the Arab that powerful romantic dream.
They literally were like, we want the Hicks. Like they were like, we want the old-timey people or something like that.
Decided that the middle classes in the cities who had run the country, the Ottoman Empire,
yeah,
were
this
corrupt and untrustworthy.
Just want someone they could control, you know?
Yeah, they just want to take control. Corrupt and untrustworthy, or like, regardless, it's just bad decision making. These guys would have ran the country fine, and it would be like, there'd probably be not much fighting right now.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, man. And the moral of the story is, you are loved because you are loved. Such is the nature of loving kindness. Okay? So now that I've done my karmas, make sure you do your karmas, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and sign up for meditation. Ascension is upon us, foolish! Sign up for meditation immediately! Ha! Am I still here?